you know what God's put on her heart?
Merci. Good morning. As Larson said, my name is Jazz. I've lived here in Hawaii for about 10 years and been here part of One Love since day one, so it's been amazing to see how God has grown One Love. And what I want to share with you this morning is something pretty amazing. Our slogan, whatever, for this year, for One Love, is Get Off the Shelf in 2012. And that's exactly what God's been working in my life. In Genesis 12, God tells Abram to go forth from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to a land which I will show you. And I've always felt that this passage was speaking to me in some way. And God was telling me to pay attention to this. And so I've always kept that in my mind and in my heart. As a military brat, I've lived in Germany 3 different times. So I have a heart for Europe. I've always wanted to go back there and live, but I wasn't sure how or when that would happen. So last year, I was looking at 4 different countries that had different mission opportunities, learning opportunities, but was kind of in that place where I was thinking way too much instead of giving it all over to God initially. So a good friend of mine said that we would pray over these 4 countries for a week, and at the end of the week, we would see how God had led us throughout the week. And we both said we had 2 countries. So that was interesting, hoping they were maybe the same. And they were both Brazil and France. I had been to Brazil before for a mission trip, and I tried to go that route, but that didn't work. And the other country was France. And since Brazil didn't work out, I tried different avenues to see maybe God wanted me to serve in France. And earlier this year in April, I went on a trip to France. Kind of, for me, it was a scouting trip. Just to see where God might want to use me over there in France specifically, whether it would be in Paris or in the south where it's warmer like Hawaii, which would be amazing. But that southern part didn't work out, which is okay because they have a fast train. And so God was calling me to France and to Paris specifically. So I applied with an organization called Greater Europe Mission on the 8th of June, and exactly 5 months later, I was commissioned as a missionary appointee to serve in Paris, France, with their new team. Thank you. Praise God. It was a long process, but even though there were times when I didn't know what I was doing with my life or where God wanted me to go, I knew that God, as the author and perfecter of my faith, he would tell me in due time and in his perfect way where he wanted me to go. So if you have any more questions for me, want more information about what I'll be doing in France, in Paris, I'll be at the Aloha tent after church, and you can talk to me there. Mahalo.